For me, it's about the law and people. I just need facts, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Just facts. And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. And I encouraged people to talk to each other to try to resolve their problems.
Justice with truth.
Do not waste your time and do not waste mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Katie Powers is suing Anna Powers in the amount of $4,500. Ms. Powers claims her sister won't ditch her abusive boyfriend and says she got stuck with the rent when the defendant moved out early.
Okay, Ms. Powers, you are suing your sister today for $4,500.
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
What happened?
Your Honor, my sister and I have been living together, and she promised to pay half of the rent, which is $1,500 between us. And she has just left me high and dry, and I'm here to seek some justice.
Okay. So did you guys have a contract together?
We had a written as well as a verbal binding agreement that she would be paying half the rent when we lived together.
Did you just move out of the house? Explain that.
Of course. Your Honor, my sister had been living with our parents for some time. This is my half-sister, by the way. She'd been living with our father that we share together. Unfortunately, my mother passed, but we do share a father together. She had been living with our parents for some time, as well as having an on and off relationship with this despicable human that is behind her.
Yes. I'm trying to understand the dynamics of the family. So your mother passed away. I'm so sorry about that. Were you very young when your father remarried?
I was, yes.
Okay. And then he remarried your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
We're only 5 years apart.
Okay. So essentially, then you grew up, you grew up in the same household?
We're extremely close.
Okay. All right. Any other siblings?
No.
Just the two of you?
Yes.
Okay. And then how did the idea come up that Anna was going to move in with you into your apartment?
The idea came up after, well, my sister and her boyfriend have had bouts of issues for years, but the final straw came when she had relayed to me some violence that was happening that I have brought correspondence with me today, where she basically had told me she wanted to leave him and needed some sanctuary, and I was that solace for her, Your Honor.
Were you living with your boyfriend, Mr. Williams, who's here? Were you living with your boyfriend?
No, Your Honor. I was living with my parents. I just graduated from college, and then we decided to move in together. And
two?
Yes, and we've been together for 5 months, and then that's when I moved in with my boyfriend.
Okay. The lease, whose name is the lease under?
The lease is under my name.
Okay.
Because I have the finances to get something under my name.
The lease, do they know she's living in the apartment? They have to know, obviously, but is her name specifically in there, or does the landlord know that she's living there?
The landlord is aware that her name is not under the lease.
But they're okay with it? They know
they're fine with it,
okay.
Yes.
All right. Why did you ask her after college to move in together?
She didn't approve of my boyfriend, and we had broken up for a short period of time after college, and so she thought it was a good idea to get a 2-bedroom together, which I had agreed to, and the only rule that we had...
Were you living with your boyfriend?
No, I was living with my parents, and so she wanted to get a place together.
Your Honor, I didn't want her to be in a toxic environment that she was in.
She also didn't want me to be independent, so...
Incorrect.
I don't think that's true, because you're over, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay, so you're technically an adult, so, has she ever tried to control you before, or tell you what to do, what to say?
She's tried to control me in my relationship. We've been together for 6 years on and off, so every time...
you have no control yourself.
Okay, so then she just doesn't approve, Mr. Williams, Katie doesn't like you.
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor. Katie is a very controlling person. She's tried to control every aspect of my girlfriend and I's relationship. She wants to be a part of our relationship, it seems like.
So you've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
Has there anything happened that would make Katie be worried about the relationship that you two are in?
We've had our small disagreements like every couple has, Your Honor, like every young couple. But other than that, nothing. This woman hasn't kept a relationship for longer than 3 weeks.
Okay, well, we're not here talking about her relationship. So, okay, so she clearly doesn't like you, doesn't approve of the relationship. So let's talk about the terms of that agreement. The lease was under your name.
Yes.
She was going to rent also, well, be a mate, a roommate in the lease. The landlord knew. You said you had an oral and a written agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why don't you give the written agreement and any evidence you have to Cinder, and explain to me the oral agreement.
The agreement begins with the incident that I haven't mentioned it yet. It begins with an incident of violence.
Coming up on Justice for All.
But she felt harassed, Your Honor. The landlord
Okay, but can I have Anna just answer?
I usually speak for her, Your Honor.
No, you don't have to speak for her. She can speak for herself.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Katie Powers, who is suing her sister Anna Powers for unpaid rent.
My sister Anna had told me via text message that there was an incident of Jason pulling her hair. And that had clearly been the final straw for my sister because she wanted to leave the relationship. She had told me she wanted to leave the relationship. And as her big sister, who loves her and has always been there for her, I offered my place, I offered my life to allow her to come in and find a place of safety.
Okay.
I didn't ask you to do that. But
You didn't have to ask me. That's
okay.
what I'm here for,
All right.
as your big sister.
You didn't have to move in with her either.
She begged her, Your Honor.
Okay, but Anna didn't have to move in with her. So let's go here. So this is your standard lease, just the lease you have with your landlord, and then you do have a written, typed up, looks like you made up a lease with yourself. You discussed the place, the location. You both signed it. You have proof that she paid $1,500 every month. Okay, I have that. You also had a couple rules on the written agreement that
Your Honor,
you two run.
I had one rule. It was only one rule, and that was that the man that you see next to my sister could never set foot in my apartment, in our apartment.
Okay, and you signed it, and you were okay with that when you signed it?
Yeah, he never came over to the apartment.
Okay.
She agreed
You never went
before she
over?
moved in.
I never went over, Your Honor, but that shows you how much she just wants to control my girlfriend's life.
Well, it's your girlfriend didn't have to move in. Why did you fail to pay the last 3 months of rent? Why did you move out?
We had a big fight, me and Katie, and so that's when I had moved in with my boyfriend. And so for those 3 months, I was living with him, so I'm not going to pay rent for a place I wasn't staying at.
Okay, but you had a contract.
No, I just told her I was leaving.
I know, but you had a contract.
Right. You had
You
an
signed
agreement.
a contract with your sister. It doesn't matter if it's your sister, it could have been your best friend from college. You still had a contract. You wrote down your name and you said, yes, I'll pay rent for $1,500. And the fact that you paid rent, I'm looking at the Venmo for your sisters, that you deposited $1,500 every single month on the first of the month, shows me you knew that you had an obligation to do that.
But she felt harassed, Your Honor. The landlord
Okay, but can I
doesn't.
have Anna just answer?
I usually
So-
speak for her, Your Honor.
No, you don't have to speak for her. She can speak for herself. You text your sister, hey, Katie, I need you to be calm when I tell you this. Katie responds, why? What's up? Is everything okay? You reply, yeah, things are fine now, but I had to ask Jason to leave. Why? What did he do? He pulled my hair when we got into an argument. Your sister goes on, oh my God, are you okay? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to come over? No, it's okay. Mom and Dad are gone. And mom and Dad are gone and be home soon. Okay, I'll call you. Yeah. So what happened on that day? Can you explain to me, Mr. Williams, why you pulled your girlfriend's hair?
I never pulled my girlfriend's hair. I don't believe that she actually even wrote those text messages. We're madly in love, Your Honor. We would never be in any type of...
So she lied?
I don't believe my girlfriend wrote...
She made things up?
I don't believe my girlfriend wrote those text messages. She's like...
So she lied?
Like Katie told you, she's a social...
She lied?
No, Your Honor. My girlfriend wasn't involved with those messages.
So
Katie knows how to manipulate text messages.
Somebody took her phone and made this up?
Katie knows how to manipulate text
Do
messages.
you hear yourself talk?
Okay.
Do you
Anna.
hear yourself speak?
Katie.
Your Honor,
Katie.
just you repeating...
Katie.
She goes onto an app and she knows how to make
I
it
would
look
like
like...
to speak to Anna. Anna,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you type that to your sister?
Yes, I did.
So Mr. Williams pulled your hair?
No.
I'm asking Anna, I'm not asking you, Mr. Williams. Did he pull your hair, yes or no?
No.
Yeah. It
No.
was,
Did he pull your hair, yes or no?
yes, Your Honor.
Why did you pull her hair?
I don't recall doing that.
So she's lying.
I don't recall. Why are you telling her?
So
Okay.
sick to see
Why are
you
you
sit
saying
here and
that?
lie like this.
Katie, please.
Why are you saying I pulled your
I'm going to
hair?
go to another text message.
It's never happened.
It's starting another conversation. And you say to your sister, things got really heated tonight. We ended up pushing each other. And your sister says you need to leave him for good. What if he does something worse?
This is
God forbid things escalate.
This is a joke.
What happened? What happened when you guys pushed each other?
That never happened, right?
We had a little argument. I can't remember what it was from, but we probably did push each other. I don't recall.
You did push each other?
That never happened.
It was probably just a little like shove.
Is she making you say this? Why are you saying this? That never happened.
Did it?
I would never. I never did that, Your Honor. I never did that.
Again, she's lying?
I never did that. I don't know why.
Again, she's lying?
It has never happened, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
Your Honor, can I please say something?
Of course.
To have you repeat these incidences and have to relive the stuff that my sister goes through, like, I don't know if you have sisters, but it breaks my heart.
Can you give me another example of things that you've known to happen
Well, of
that are not
course.
written in here?
There were moments of body shaming, of him making remarks on her figure, on the clothes that she wears, on just egregious things that he'd say right in my face, like, it's not respect for my sister, it's not respect for me. God forbid they have kids together, and it's the disrespect that you're going to inflict on my nieces and nephews. I can't have it.
Coming up on Justice for All.
I'm happy with my
you-
boyfriend.
Huh, excuse me?
I'm happy with my boyfriend, Your Honor.
Say it louder.
I'm happy with my boyfriend.
Do you always do and say what he tells you to do?
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Katie Powers, who is suing her sister Anna Powers for unpaid rent.
Katie, your own mother and father don't like you. Nobody
Don't
likes
talk
you.
about
Have you
my
ever
parents.
seen a time?
Nobody
Don't
likes
talk
you.
about my parents.
Nobody likes
Katie?
you, Katie.
Mr. Williams, I'm really going to ask you to just remain quiet while I try to figure out what's going on. How do you feel, Anna, lately about yourself?
I'm content.
You're happy?
I'm happy with my
you-
boyfriend.
Huh, excuse me?
I'm happy with my boyfriend, Your Honor.
Say it louder.
I'm happy with my boyfriend.
Do you always do and say what he tells you to do? When you're equals in a relationship and you have a say and you love and respect each other, there's nothing that could, and it's really true, there's nothing that can measure that. But when somebody has a pattern of acting towards a partner, like a pattern of behavior that is done to belittle, to kind of maintain power over the partner, that's somewhere where we have to be really careful. Your hair's been pulled. You guys have pushed each other around. Have you ever hit each other? And I want you to be honest.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, we've had small disagreements. I don't ever recall physical
Okay?
violence.
This is the time where you either step up as a man or you don't. Violence against somebody you love, people call it a disease, they call it a sickness, but it's just wrong.
Coming up,
You're lucky she's butting in before it's too late. You're lucky she cares so much about her that she's actually listening loudly.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Katie Powers, who is suing her sister Anna Powers for unpaid rent.
Do you know what she's done since she's been here? She's just looked down. Every time you touch her, she looks down.
You like when I touch you, right?
When you touch her, you leave bruises.
Where's your man? You like when I touch you, right? Your Honor, we are happy together. She's the
Okay.
happiest that she's
Jason,
ever been. She graduated college with me.
Jason,
I motivated her to graduate college.
Jason.
You motivated her to come run into my arms, Jason.
Katie.
Where's your man?
Katie,
She's scared of you.
Where's your man?
She's afraid of you. She can't even
Katie.
look at you.
Katie, I've seen this before way too many times. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but there's definitely a problem. Before you two become a statistic, you need to figure out what you need to do to make yourselves better. I'm just reading her body language, and I'm reading your body language. You're trying to touch her, to control her, what she says. You're trying to fight for her sister. Maybe you're trying to help her, but the way you're doing it tells me there's something wrong. You're lucky she's butting in before it's too late. You're lucky she cares so much about her that she's actually listening loudly. She's watching the signs. You are so lucky, because if she did not have the you-know-what, and Cinder, I know this is very difficult for you, because she was, may I? She was the victim of domestic violence once. And this woman is one of the strongest women I know. And look at the effect it has on this beautiful, strong woman. Is that how you want Anna to feel?
No, of course not.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. Promotional consideration provided by.
It is clear that there was a legal contract, an agreement, a good faith agreement, where you agreed to pay rent, okay? So I'm going to rule in favor of Katie, the $4,500. I'm going to take it a step beyond. We're going to call somebody, Anna, with your permission. Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jason, with your permission?
Sure.
We're going to get you some help, right?
I never meant to hurt you.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to do better from now on.
Okay. Well, we're going to make sure you put your money where your mouth is, okay? All right. So based on the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim. Keep watching.
Thank you.
Try to be calm. Be supportive, because this is going to be very difficult, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you all.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $4,500.
Domestic violence is everywhere. It affects all of us. The CDC reports that more than 1 in 3 women and about 1 in 3 men experience intimate partner violence in their lifetime. There are all types of abuse, but ultimately, it's about having power and control over the victim. Abuse is never the victim's fault. If you need help, please call somebody. For example, call the Los Angeles Center for Law and Justice at 323-980-3500. If not, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-SAFE.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.